Welcome to another episode of Ride and Razz. This is Tuesday evenings, WTRL Zwift Racing League. This is race 2 of the second round. Now, this is on the Everything Bagel route, and it's going to be absolutely brutal. It's 2 laps, so you're talking 35 kilometers, 550 meters of climbing. And you're going to be hitting New York KOM Reverse first, and the New York KOM second, and do that twice. This is a FAL FTS race, so first across the line and fastest through the sector points. But in reality, you've got 2 big climbs where most of the FAL points are coming. Then you got 2 short sprints. You got the New York sprint, and then you got the New York sprint reverse. The New York sprint is the finishing point. So expecting about 60-70 riders in this, all Cat A's, 8 pluses, dollar schools 2 and 1. There's going to be really brutal and intense race of this. I feel pretty good coming into this, but as you'll see from the race, it doesn't go quite to plan, and I find it very difficult. Doing this with 5 of my teammates from the Galibier TNP group. That's Dave, Chris, DJ, Tom, and Jonas. So yeah, there we get on, and try not to voice over too much because it's quite a long race. Off we go. So right, here's the start. And from the go, it's already pretty spicy. Taken to wearing my jersey instead of my underlay, my summer underlay at the moment. Helped me a little bit keep cool. I haven't got quite the fan setup properly done in the new garage pain cave. It's just a bit of a lessons learned scenario at the moment. I'm going to find the best setup. That's the same for the camera as well. Not quite happy with that camera setup. But yeah, let's see how we get on. It's a fairly straightforward kind of approach, but there is 2 or 3 really naughty kind of high percentage kickers, 10% plus, on the approaches to the first New York KOM reverse. And as you can see, there's about 67 riders in here, and there's probably 67 heavy hitters, to be honest with you. But as I say, it's FAL FTS race, so ultimately we're trying to get consistent points, try and stay in the front, get as many points as possible, and that'll help us to try and proceed up the table. So yeah, enjoy. As you can see, I'll try and speed up sections where it's fairly calm and consistent, and voice over when it goes bananas. So now coming into that first kicker that we talked about, these aren't kind of marked as climbs per se, but they are difficult, high intensity, especially at this speed. Climbs, as you can see, fairly short, but fairly aggressive as well. And the group pushes hard on these as well. I try to improve my out the saddle climbing recently, but straight away today I'm feeling tired or lacking in energy, to be honest with you, which doesn't bode well for the rest of the race, because we're just starting off really. sped this next section up. There are a few little kickers in this and a few kind of gradual climbs, but as you'll see, it passes fairly without incident. A couple of attacks, some red numbers going down on the kickers, but apart from that, relatively straightforward. But as you can see from my face, I'm already grimacing, struggling, and we're only 8 minutes in, so it doesn't bode well. So here we are, coming to the bottom of the first attempt of the New York KOM Reverse. We're doing this 2 times, 1 on each lap. And this is the shorter of the 2 climbs, but not an easy one. It's 1.1 kilometers, about 5.5%. But as you can see, there's some flat sections in there, so in reality we're talking 10-12% on the aggressive gradients. And in reality we're looking at probably 5.5, 6.5 watts. Try and get up and over this. So my plan here is to try and stick with the front of the pack and stick with them as long as I can. But as you can see, I'm already grimacing and hurting. I'm at 180 beats per minute, which is my maximum really. 182, 183 is my maximum heart rate. So I'm really very much on the edge here on this first climb, which again, as I said previously, doesn't bode well. Quite happy with my climbing technique at the moment. It's a good cadence, maybe a little too fast for standing, but I'm pretty happy with that. But as you can see, the riders ahead of me is dropping 7.5 watts, some 8 watts kind of kick over the top, and I'm dropping a little bit deep and keep 6.5 watts. There we go, coming up to the end of the first climb, the New York KOM Reverse. I'm 33rd and already being gapped a little bit. Hopefully there's a long descent here. I can be able to get back and join a group or join the main group. Let's see. This is quite a nice long descent. I'm a little bit heavier than some of the climbers on this group, So I was able to rejoin a group together, and then just defend my way back and stick with them, and then hopefully we can reconvene as a big group, chase back. Love my TNP Racing team in with me as well here, Tom and Chris and TJ. So hopefully we can work together and get back on the front. We're now coming up to the New York Sprint Reverse. I attacked a little bit early here, kind of got a bit confused. But I was able to get some points in. Okay, still on the first lap. New York KOM climb now, 1.4k, it's a bit longer, average 6%. We've, as a group, rejoined on the back of the leading group. Pretty impressive, really. But as you can see, my face is hurting. I started getting cramp in my right side as we're going up here, which doesn't leave me for the rest of the race, and steadily, progressively gets worse, to be honest with you. My face of pain is not what I wanted. Got the feather early, even try and get over here. It does actually look like my video and my screen recording is about 1 or 2 seconds out. Yeah. But anyway, I was hoping to try and keep in touch with these guys. This is what I really wanted to do, stick with that front pack. The pain of it, which is ridiculous, really, was too much. And the lessons learned, really, for next racing or future racing, I'd had, well, what I normally have, which is a peanut butter and Nutella sandwich. Normally I have about an hour before a race. This time it was difficult to do that. So I only have it within half an hour, 20 minutes. And it's not the right thing to be doing so close to a race. And I should really stick to the routines I've got for myself. I think it was a bit of a panicky thing to do, especially after watching back and reading chats on videos and Discords about how difficult this was going to be, about fueling and the climbs. And I think that got in my head, really, and I lost my focus on what works for me. So lesson learned, go back to what works for me and focus on the racing and in general the racing for the team. Try not to kind of mess that up. But anyway, ramble over. Yeah, as you can see, I've been dropped quite a lot there. Down to 35th, 67, so halfway. So just need to get over this climb and try and find some races to stick with and get the consistent foul points, don't drop off too much from here. And fingers crossed my teammates who are ahead of me can pick up some solid points, because they're absolute monsters and committed to the cause. I'll keep speeding up these sections where we've got long descents and recovery periods. As you can see, there's a couple of riders caught up with me. Don't even have the energy to chase them back so hard, so I'm just hoping I'll use my aero and that'll get me back on the back of them. So we're now on lap 2. I'm with 4 or 5 other riders here, 6 actually. We've got a couple of riders, one Jonas who's on our team, TNP. We've got Bracken who's from BZE, who's somebody I seem to be racing quite a lot recently. He's beaten me every time, which is frustrating. And Paul, who is racing for Rhinos. We've raced a few times against him. And then there's a Netherlands team racer, team in the orange and blue kit, who I think we will be racing on Thursday for our ladder race. Yeah, as you can see, this is the steep kicker, but everyone is taking it real ham and cheesy. The level racer here as well. Level of a strong team within our league, and to be honest with you, probably the most competitive team in the league. This little section is me furiously Googling ways to relieve cramp without stopping. So I'm trying to do some stretches here to relieve the cramp. Doesn't really work. The only thing that seems to work is slowing down, and I'm not going to do that. Right then, second time up the New York KOM Reverse. I've even dropped a gel here to see if it will help me. The likelihood is probably not. This is a WTRL. This is an absolutely brutal course. We'll be doing it 1 lap, but 2 laps is madness. I'm already struggling here. I don't know if you can see. I know it might not seem much, but I'm really proud of this effort going up this climb. I'm in quite a lot of pain, but I didn't want to quit. I didn't want to just drop off completely. I didn't want to finish 40th, 50th, and just cruise into the end. I wanted to keep going, and keep getting foul points. I won't get fastest through the sector, no way, but I want to get foul points for my team so that we can keep pushing up through the table. There's loads of racing left. I think there's another 3 or 4 races left, including a team trial. So I really just want to get as much as we can these points, keep the consistency maximum. This little kicker at the end of the climb, of this first climb, this is tough. This is 12%, 13%. Oh, look, you go, 15% it goes up to. It's tough at the end, kills you. And if you can get a little bit of power up the top, you can really gap people. And as you can see, that is what's happened to me. I've been gapped by the team of riders ahead of me. Thankfully, Jonas, my teammate, is up there, so he's going to be getting some more points. Right then, very last climb, New York KOM, second time round, 1.4k, 6%. Let's see what we can achieve. I've got 22-second lead on Horsley here. And there's 21 seconds ahead to Muller. Now, I was hoping I can keep that gap. But as you can see, Horsley is putting in a watt and a half a kilo more than I am at the moment. So that gap has gone down significantly already. And we've only gone through the first little sector of this climb. I wanted to put down 4.5, 5 watts of this last climb. That's what I wanted to achieve. But as you'll see, my cramp got even worse going up this last climb. And it just meant that I really struggled. There we have it. Horsley's caught me. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. And I think actually he just breezes past me on this next deep section. Because I wasn't able to put too much power down, I'm struggling. He's put 10 seconds on me already, just going over that last kicker. There's now a descent after this, all the way to the finish with New York sprint finish, which is about 500 meters long. 300 meters of it is descending, and then you got 200-meter kicker at the end that you can attack on, which I hope to do, and maybe I can get Horsley back there. There we go. Some personal messages coming in from one of my teammates from TNP, Ray. Giving me a bit of encouragement. See if I can beat this Shayla Wahoo rider. It's been a little bit slower going down this descent, so the pitch I have is pretty good. And I'll use this descent to get some power down. And Shayla behind me he's not attacking, so thankfully not a competition with him. But maybe I can catch up with Horsley, but I struggled here at the end to continue. Ditch kicked in as I was coming up this hill, and I really just lost the power. I could have maybe caught Horsley if I'd kept going, but anyway. So according to that, I finished 36, so I'm happy with that finish position. And yeah, race 2 of season 2 WTRL 2025, absolutely brutal, and it has knocked me for 6. Anyway, tomorrow, maybe a zone 2. Thursday, back in my favorite racing on Zwift with the ladder race. So if you want to catch that one, we're racing ladder. My teammate Ray will be streaming that, I'm sure, on Tactical Watts. And we are racing TEAMNL CLOUD9 Thunder on the Seaside Sprint, 3 laps of that. That should be fun. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully it's fed through so it's not too boring. And catch you on the next video. If you like that, please like and subscribe. See you later. Bye bye.